We saw old Gareth Bale's agent coming out and saying, hey, he's there for 2 more years, he loves it in Madrid, he's not going anywhere. This soap opera, you feel maybe Sid isn't going to develop much further because no one's going to come in now. We know what happened last year with China. Real Madrid rejected it. I can't see this resolving itself until he runs out of contract.
No, and that's exactly the message that Jonathan Barnett, his agent, is transmitting to people. That look, he's got 2 years of his contract. He's got nowhere to go. He's got no one who will pay the transfer fee. No one who will pay this kind of salary. So why would he move? He's happy in Madrid. He likes Madrid. He wants to be there. And you know, the cynic in me, Dan, thinks that's it. Gareth Bale has found the perfect job. He gets paid an absolute fortune. He gets the weekends off.
Yep.
He sits in the sunshine.
Yes.
Everybody's happy. Now, obviously, that is me being cynical, but there is a kernel of truth in that, you know, which is that, of course, Gareth Bale wants to play. Of course, there's a degree of sadness that we've reached this point and that the end of his time at Real Madrid. And bear in mind, we're talking about a 4 times European Cup winner here. You know, the end hasn't been more satisfying. That it hasn't been more friendly in terms of the relationship with the club and the fans in terms of how he'll be remembered. But right now, I feel like Gareth has kind of gone beyond that now. He knows what the situation is. Okay, if this is it, well then we just kind of have to live with it. And of course, in this scenario, you can live quite well. Now, of course, absolutely, he would rather play. He'd rather be in the team. He'd rather be scoring goals every week. But with Zidane at the club and with the situation the way it is, that's very difficult. And I agree with you. I just don't see a way out of this. And I think we have to remember that. This isn't just about, right, this has got to change. Let's fix this. Let's take him somewhere else. Yeah. But where? If there isn't an exit strategy, there isn't an exit.
We all had the same dream. That's why we're in this job, basically. We weren't good enough at football. I end up telling people about it. You ended up going to Spain and talking about La Liga. Obviously, we haven't got ex-pros on, so we're talking from a very different world. But as people who dreamt, and I'm sure as many people who watch this show, dreamt of playing football in whatever manner when they're growing up, isn't this kind of sad that Gareth Bale preferred to sit there and take the money as opposed to going off and playing somewhere else, which he could if he took a pay cut and if he thought, well, you know, sod it, I'm going to go and just enjoy playing football again. He's made enough money in this world, he clearly doesn't want to.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and I think it's sad on more levels than just that. I mean, I think it's sad that it's reached this point. I think it's sad that the relationship is what it is, because I feel like there's been some wrong terms along the way, both from the club and indeed from Gareth and his entourage. I think it needn't necessarily have ended like this, but yeah, I must admit, I feel the same way as you. There's a bit of me that thinks, look, having reached this point, look, I can understand why. If you feel wronged by a club, and I'm not saying he's necessarily correct to feel wronged by a club, if you feel like your situation isn't of your making, that this isn't the way you wanted it to be, but that's the way it is, I can understand why anyone in any working environment might say, well, look, you signed up for this, tough luck. But I'm with you on this. There's a bit of me that thinks, I'd rather be playing football. You know, I'd rather say to Real Madrid, you know what, let's just end this. Let's go and do something else. Let's go and play somewhere else. And bear in mind, by the way, that last summer he was prepared to go to China, which you know obviously was driven by the economics of it, but also driven by the situation. But then Gareth also has a young family. He has a lifestyle in Madrid to maintain. So you know maybe this perfect scenario is to say to Real Madrid, look, let's just end this, and I'll go play for Rayo Vallecano or Leganés. Leganés have just gone down. I'll go there and help them come back.
You talk about lifestyle in Madrid, and his agent mentioned it as well. How much of a lifestyle does he have, really, in the sense that I can't imagine he can go out like other players can, because he must just be ridiculed a lot by his own fans because of what has happened, or is just not speaking Spanish very helpful in that situation?
Well, I mean, genuinely, it does sound like a flippant point, but I think I think you're partly right there. That you know there is a sort of an isolation through that. I think he does understand most of what's said to him. I suspect that his day-to-day experience means that actually he's not confronted by that, if you like, that kind of anger or that ridicule that he might be confronted by. In terms of the lifestyle, you know, this isn't a guy who's desperate to go out all the time anyway. And you know, one of the accusations that was levelled at him and has been levelled at him repeatedly was that you know he doesn't integrate in the team, he doesn't go out when there's team dinners and so on. But he didn't do that when he was at Spurs, really. And so in a way, this is you know a lovely house with lovely weather, a golf course in the garden, his children happy at school. He can leave the house and walk to their school every morning in the sunshine, walk back again. You know, in that sense, it's very, very relaxed. And you know, so I mean, I can understand that. But yeah, admittedly, if you're this well paid, to be honest, you can probably have a pretty good lifestyle almost wherever you are. And, you know, why not go and play for a team in the Bahamas or something?
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Slightly different to my lifestyle in Madrid when I was there. And I have to admit, before I went to Spain...
You don't want to be telling the viewers about your lifestyle in Madrid, Daniel.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.